Matter of fact, I got some testimonies right here. Stephanie, hey y'all, new to the group. Just started on Tuesday. Got confirmed for a $60 dating app study, $150 tech study, $150 cosmetic study, and a $165 fast food study. Yeah. Just started on Tuesday. So what's that? 300, 450, like over 500.
And started this Tuesday?
Yeah. Look.
That's yesterday.
Yeah. Just got confirmed for a $325 study. No idea what it's on, but I will be there.
Fire.
This week, I confirmed 3 new studies for this week. A tech study for $225, eye care products for $150, luxury skincare products for $300. I already have 2 scheduled for next week prior to this week. So I'll be doing 5 studies next week for a total of $1,025. Just finished an hour call about phones with Verizon for $275.
Nah, this is fire.
Morning, haven't been active in the chat, but super excited. I just got approved for a curly hair study for $4,200 and doing a whiskey study for tomorrow for $250.
What?
Customer service trumps everything.
Talk about it.
Everything. I started my business off customer service, off an apology. My first bag was off an apology. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Every business flourishes on customer service. So when I started out, I'm like, yo, people gonna pay me $500 with no website and no page. Yo, you gotta sit down with people, bro. You sit down with people, they don't wanna do it, they don't wanna make their money after, that's them, but just sit down with people. But those first 2 months I sat down one-on-one in hour Zoom calls with 50 people.
So I love you people. We are in the city. Shout out to my man, the SurveyPlug. Me and Narrative, we came down to find out what this is all about, right? So we're here in the city. We can't tell you exactly what we're about to do because we just signed some NDAs. But we're here, you know? We're gonna go in there. We're gonna be there, I think, for 3 hours. We're getting paid $150. I'm just gonna follow up and follow through on everything he said he could provide for us. And if it's true, it's for you, baby. You hear me? We are now in the lobby. You know, as we were taught by Narrative, be on time is to be late, to be early is to be on time. So we're early. We're waiting to be greeted by that man. And the anticipation still waits. We might come back as different people. Okay, so let me speak prior to us getting here. Let me just give you the experience. One, everything was done for us, right? So I didn't have after I was given the survey, after I filled out what I needed, I then was just given later on a time and place where to be. And there was a whole bunch of stuff to sign prior to. So when you do get a survey sent by the SurveyPlug, pay attention to what comes 24 to 40 hours prior to you being there. There's some NDAs you got to sign. They'll give you directions, where is it going to be located, things of that nature. But for the most part, smooth process. Simple, smooth. So we're officially finished. Me and my man Narrative, I don't know what they had you doing there. I was doing jumping jacks. It was actually a dope experience. It was dope. We out of there. Now we're just going to wait and see how quick we get the payment. My update you on the payment. Phone was off the entire time. But that was easy. That was easy.
I was falling asleep.
100%. Bro, I had to get gum. Like, yo, bro, you got gum or something for me? I was starving. Time to eat, bro. Time to eat. I heard it's a good spot downstairs, bro.
All right, guys. So part of the delay, I know the scene has changed, but it's literally 24 hours after us doing the survey, and the email hits instantly. I have not redeemed my there's a gift card, I believe, for $150 because I wanted to wait for this moment to make sure I went through the process with y'all. But it's real. Narrative behind the camera already did it. He said, give me that. So now it's my turn to let y'all know that this is a real thing. The service is grade A. And don't forget to use the link in the description below. I believe we're using Living Room. Just look for the details to get the discount on the service that the SurveyPlug provides. Shout out to my brother Seth. But yeah, we're about to do it right now. Check this out.
It's not all mic on. Fantastic. Redeem card. I agree. We're processing your request. My email, send a text message. 917. That's it. That was done.
Bro.
There There it is.
There it is. Name, card. By the time y'all see this, I spent it already for the scammers. You heard? Fire. Shout out to the plug. You stop playing and join the community. Get the service from the great people that I interview. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Seth, my man. You the man for this. Appreciate you.
Quick 150.
Quick 150. Fire. And if y'all knew who we did the joint for, we can't say it. Boy, tough. Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of In the Living Room Podcast, where we learn, laugh, and heal. And before the cameras turned on, I'm letting you know right now the amount of laughter and information that was provided before we got into action. I'm excited for y'all because this is a conversation that truthfully, I know me personally, I would have benefited from just having that conversation alone. And this is why the platform is made. This is why we do what we do, so you guys can know people that are here for you. Those who are really serving our community, that have a purpose and have a way to show it that's understandable, enjoyable, and effective. We got the SurveyPlug here, ladies and gentlemen. Seth, the one and only, the founder of the SurveyPlug. Clap it up for my man one time. Clap it up for my man one time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Shout out to the living room, man. Yo, shout out to the content man, too. He just yelled at me, but he mad cool, and his editing goes crazy. So when y'all see this, yo, hire him.
Yeah, so first and foremost, my brother, thank you for coming. You could have been anywhere in the world, right? You're here with us. So before we get started into what you do, how are you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. It's been a busy year. It's been I think busy year on like a personal level and like a business level, but also like constantly learning. So I can never complain about that. You know what I mean? Constantly meeting new people, constantly learning stuff, and being a new entrepreneur, like who's never owned any kind of business prior to 2 years ago, or, you know, I'm still learning everything every day because I have to operate the business from A to Z. So I got to learn marketing, I got to learn emails, got to learn websites, you got to learn how to pay taxes, you got to learn how to avoid taxes, like you got to learn sales strategies, like you got to learn ads, like, and I've never ran a business before, so it's just like every day, like, damn, like, I gotta learn this, and then while I'm learning this, somebody calling bank on me, like, it's always something, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, like, it's just always something, so, but I appreciate the journey because it's like, you know, when you, not to bash people who punch a clock in 9 to 5, because I still work in 9 to 5, but sometimes when you work in 9 to 5, you're doing the same thing every day. You see the same people every day. It can get repetitive and boring, especially if it's not something that's your passion, so to say. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. It keeps me busy. I'm constantly meeting new people, and I think the best part, I run into challenges all the time, and like you always like learn from those. Like, especially in entrepreneurship, the best thing about entrepreneurship is like you can't learn anything without experience. You know what I mean? Like there's no playbook to like be an entrepreneur. Like, you know what I mean? So it's always busy. It's lively. I like it.
You know, there was so much said already that I'm excited to get to. Is this Chris calling me? You live on In the Living Room Podcast right now.
Oh, that's
coming?
Chris?
This is Chris.
Okay.
Are you coming or not? Because I'm recording with Seth as we speak.
Where he at?
I'm live though, so you gotta let me know. I'm cutting you off right now.
He gonna be like, yo, my brother, you know, I just...
Say less. Love you. Bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris. This is the reason we got Seth here.
Word. Mutual friend from college.
Mutual friend to say, you got to interview my brother Seth. He's the, you know what I mean, he's the SurveyPlug. And here's what's funny. I met Chris when I was in college, and we ended up doing network marketing together, right? Chris done showed everybody and their mother, or I hope so he did at the time.
Yeah, he did. He ain't missed nobody. He ain't skipped nobody. He ain't skipped nobody.
So I was making sure Chris was here to see this episode live, but we all good because Seth was saying something that was important. So you had and I feel like you're saying that in this place where people are going to watch this, and the idea of becoming an entrepreneur. I'm going to be real with you. You stacked up all the reasons why I believe the person doesn't even start.
Oh, agreed. Agreed.
I gotta learn this. I gotta
Yeah.
learn that. I gotta learn this. And that alone can feel overwhelming, right?
Which is funny, and I'll explain why. But go ahead.
And then not having an entrepreneurial background, did you have a leadership background? At least when you worked your job, what kind of job did you have prior to?
Yeah, I worked in city government. I worked in city government. I worked in financial banking as well. But I've never had any like high leadership role. No, I never had any high leadership role. I'll be honest. No, I never had an high leadership role. I just always had like a side hustle or different ways to make money outside of my job because I knew like, my job was only gonna elevate me but so much on a financial level or even like, title level. Like I just, sometime at work, you gotta wait for stuff and I don't want to wait for like a raise or like, I don't, one of my favorite sayings is like, don't wait for a raise, make one. You know what I mean? Like that's one of my go-to sayings, you know what I mean? Like people be waiting at their job for 10K and it's just like, yo, the 8 ideas you got in the notes on your phone that you never push forward, like do 2 of them.
Do 2 of them.
Make $800 a month for a year. That's $9,600, you know what I mean? Instead of like begging your boss to appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? Like, but again, to each his own, and this is not to slander people who punch a clock, but it's just to show people like, there's great potential outside of the 9 to 5 if you want to go through with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think people see, as you were saying, I think that people see like the hurdles and the challenges, and they're like, nah, I can't do this, or nah, I can't learn this. And like I was saying, the jokey part about it. The jokey part about entrepreneurship and people not starting is that people don't start because they don't know skills or they don't know marketing or they don't know, they're going to give you a whole laundry list of things they don't know. You start a business and you hire a business coach. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a fact. Quick fix.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So you don't start a business because you don't know, and then you start and you still don't know. So for all that, you might as well just start and figure it out. You know what I mean? Because there's no better teaching than experience. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? So like, people like overthink things, and it's just like, yo, just figure it out. Like, just post it. Like, the same way you post a picture and people don't like it and you archive it. All right, cool. Do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's literally the same thing.
Fact. I'm gonna tell you right now why this is it's hitting heavy. We're in the living room, right? And I don't think I've ever expressed this on camera. This is the first place I think I've had an idea because I was here when I was 7 years old.
Nice.
Right? So to have a podcast end up here, where I was broke when I started this podcast, I didn't own a camera. I didn't know what went behind it. I just saw it and said, hey, I want to do that. And it took me time. It took me time to say, we're going to actually do it. But the first time, I just had a crew. They had all the things that I didn't have.
Yeah.
I had the idea. They had the stuff. Let's go there. But then, I find Wally, Narrative, who, step 1, what light do you need? And it was bit by bit. And I had no money. Credit cards.
Oh, no money. No
maxed.
Money. Most people don't start businesses with money though.
That's the broke. Like, I got all the money. I want to start a business. No,
you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have.
It comes
no,
from
you
necessity.
wouldn't.
Like, I need to do something different. Something's pulling me to do this. I'm trying to tell y'all for real. Credit cards max. Everything is cash.
Yeah.
You need a new camera. How much, bro? How much is that camera?
Yeah, everything.
800. That's 800, my nigga, in cash. You understand?
Yep.
So when you got started, were you in a good place financially to say, all right, let me start my...
No. I was actually in the worst place financially. I actually, 2 years ago, maybe August 2022, I got in a car accident. So I was out of work for about 6 months. While I'm at work and I'm at home with an injury, I'm on the computer doing surveys. Because I'm like, yo, I'm on a leave. I'm on an unpaid leave from work. So I can't even find another job. I'm on an unpaid leave from work. PTO negative 800. Ran through all my sick time, ran through all of my PTO because I had to use all this to cover.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I just started doing surveys. I'm like, I've been doing surveys, but I'm like, now that I can't do anything else and I'm just home, like, I'm just going to do surveys. So I had no money. But
all right, what context? When we say no money, is it like debt and you got nothing coming in? Like, what's no money? I
wasn't working a 9 to 5, so I didn't have
no money coming
income. Like I had money saved and I had little bit of stuff here and there, but I was figuring it out month to month. You know what I mean? Like I was figuring it out as I went financially on a personal level. And then when the business came, I'm like, all right, I got it. This is how I'm going to feed myself. So I got to figure this out. So to answer your question, no, I ain't have no money. I only had money from surveys. You know what I mean? Like, and then I was just like, you know, tweeting, I made $2,200 in like 3 months, and then they taxed me. And I'm like, damn, you going to tax me on $2,200? Got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. I'm like, yo, I'm making money. So if they're going to be taxing me, I'm going to start keeping track of the money I'm making, because I need to know, I need to be ready for that bill at the end of the year. If more times than not, they don't tax you, later conversation, but I need to be ready for the bill. So I'm like, let me start keeping track. I kept track. I think I made like $6,000 that year from paid surveys. The key to the 6,000 was it only took me, I think, like 44 hours to do the surveys.
We're talking numbers right now.
Yeah, we only took me like 44 hours to do surveys. So it was like only hour there, 2 hours there. Some canceled on me, still paid me. Like cumulative, all the surveys together, it took me 44 hours to make $6,000 in a year from surveys. So I'm like, nah, I gotta teach people this. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny because I had a cleaning company that I was initially starting, and I had a business coach for that, who's now my business coach. Now for the SurveyPlug, I had tweeted it. I'm like, yo, I made $22 from surveys. Like, maybe I should teach people this. He's like, yo, I thought I told you to do this 2 years ago. And I'm like, mind you, perspective. My business coach has been on Good Morning America, MSNBC. Him and his wife paid off $113,000 in debt in less than 2 years. He done sold whatever, did whatever, community of thousands. He's in the game, right, you know what I mean? So for him to be like, yo, just start teaching. Okay, Mr. Good Morning America, of course you're going to tell me that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, big shot, just go teach, just go put together a PDL and make millions of dollars and be like you and your family. Okay, yeah, I could do that, right? Yeah, sure. I ain't even got no job. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking, but the challenges we was talking about, I'm looking at him like, he's like, yo, you overthinking it. He's like, yo, listen, get an LLC, get an EIN, get a business bank account. Come back in 30 days and tell people what you about to do. And I'm like, those 3 things I could do. Because everybody in the hood got an LLC. I could Google that. EIN, I didn't really know what it was, but I was like, I Googled it. That was easy. Business bank account. And a form of a payment processor, so like a Stripe, right? I got all those. I'm like, oh, that's easy. I could do all that. I did all that in 30 days. They emailed me the LLC. I'm like, yo, I'm lit. I'm about to be rich. Fuck y'all. I'm about to be on Twitter like, yo, everybody got the same 24 hours. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking I got it figured out. I'm like, you know, they email you that official paper. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just say New York State. I'm about to get this bread. I'm thinking I got it all figured out, right? So he's like, all right, you got all of that now. Like, go on your page and like tell people what you're doing. I'm like, bro, how many times I gotta tell you I don't know what I'm doing? He's like, yo, tell people you'll help them make money from paid surveys. And I'm like, yo, I don't even got an Instagram page. I don't got nothing. He's like, yo, post it on your stories. Like, post it on your stories. Like, you post all the dumb shit on your stories. Like, you repost shit, you post funny shit. Post it on your stories and say you want to teach people how to make money from surveys. See how it goes. Set up a call, invite people. I'm like, yo, nobody's gonna listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never told anybody that I'm gonna make you money from surveys. Like, nobody's gonna be like, yo, Seth, you not about to all of a sudden make money from surveys. Like, I don't even know what a survey is. Like, so I'm posting it on my story, like my personal page. Again, I don't have a website. I don't have a business page. I don't have none of that. I'm posting it on my personal page, on my story. I'm like, listen, I'm having a call on Thursday, a Zoom call to teach people how to make money from surveys. If you want to join, just hit me up, pull up. Gave them the email. People are DMing me like test 1 2 3. And I'm like, test 1 2 3. Yeah, they got to check if I got hacked, right? Yeah.
Blink if you need help.
Yeah. They like, people texting me like, yo, I just sent you a DM. I'm like, yeah, I got it. And I wrote back, what do you mean? They're like, yo, you talking some shit about surveys on a black screen. Because I'm doing like a black screen, like how you write like words on like a meme. This is a black screen with white letters. So like, I've never posted no shit like this. So people are texting me like, the fuck is you doing? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna teach people. So that Thursday, people actually show up to the call.
How many people show up on this call?
Like 40 people, maybe 35, 40 people. I sign on this shit. I'm like, you see the little number on the bottom. You know how you see the people coming in. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, people really, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, all right. Like, I had put together a PowerPoint presentation of the information that I wanted to give people. Like, yo, this is what survey. I broke it down. I'm like, this is who I am. This is what surveys are. This is how much money you can make. This is how you fit into it. This is what you'll need to do. This is how much it costs. Like, and I'm pressing, I'm pressing like, while I'm talking to people, like straight, like, yo, you there? You there? Let me know, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking to people straight like that on a free Zoom. 40 people on there. I'm getting through the presentation. There's maybe like 2 minutes left in the presentation. Mind you, I'm on a free Zoom. If you know about the free Zoom cuts off in 40 minutes. You got 40 minutes. That shit gonna cut off for Jesus Christ. It don't matter who on that call. That shit ended in 40 minutes on the free Zoom, right or wrong, right? So
get cooking.
Yo, and these are people on the call that mostly I know because this is from my personal page.
Correct.
So like most of these people are like my friends or like maybe two like people who like friend of a friend. Yo, the 2 minute mark on the call, my homegirl wrote in the chat on the Zoom, she's like, yo, Seth, this shit about to cut off. So I'm like, oh, damn. I get through the presentation, I get through it, and it cuts off. I'm like, damn. Like, I just came up with this idea. I got this LLC, like, and it cut off. I'm like, damn. I'm like, let me just email people an apology, whatever. Like, just for showing up. Like, I'm going to keep them in their contact. We'll talk later. When I'm more organized and I can approach people seriously, like, let me just send them an apology because at the end of the day, they ain't have to buy it and they didn't even have to show up. I'm like, yo, I really apologize. Like, free Zoom, small business, you know how I go. Like, yo, my Zoom cut off. But I want to thank y'all for coming and thank you for listening. It was like, yo, if you are still interested and you've heard enough and you trust me, like, that we're going to do this, here's my payment information. I had a Zelle, I had a Cash App, I had a Stripe link. And I had a Stripe link that I was emailing people. Again, no website, no page. This is just you getting on a random 30-minute Zoom with some dude who said he gonna make you money from surveys and you gonna trust it. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gonna trust. But again, these are people, the first 3 people, and I remember them, these are people that know me. So they know like, yo, Seth is not gonna go on his page and tell me blah, blah, blah out of nowhere and whatever. So I'm like, yo, if you trust me and you heard enough, here's my payment information. I made 3 sales. At the time, my course was $500. I woke up, it was $1,500 in my Stripe account.
Fire.
And bro, I'm so new to the game. I'm like, damn, how you transfer this shit? I need this bread right now. I need this bread. I had to figure out how to transfer it to an account because I had no website. I'm like, yo, when this shit clear? This shit been pending 30 minutes. I need this shit now.
Yo, son, something real though, bro.
Yo, real shit. I got those first 3 payments. I cut on the computer. I said, oh shit, we going outside. Yo, where niggas at? Yo, meet me outside. Yo, I got the first round. I got an LLC and 3 sales. Niggas can't tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's so funny.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I made those, but when I made that money, I'm like, damn. Yo, I don't have a website. I don't even have a personal Instagram page. And I just made that off an idea. Like, I don't have like a physical product. Like, I'm not covering no label. I'm like, damn, like, I could really do this. From that point, the first 2 months in business, I had like 50 students. With no website, just straight word of mouth. People DMing me, random people emailing me. anything. Like, yo, I heard you was a dude with the surveys. Yo, my homegirl made 800. Like, here, hold this money. I'm like, no, I cannot do that. People stopping me outside, like in the club, like, yo, you the SurveyPlug, I get paid on Tuesday. Leave me a spot. I'm like, yo, whenever you ready, just hit me up. People like, yo, don't forget about me. Yo, my little brother, yo, I told my it was like going crazy. And mind you, this is no website, no Instagram page, just LLC and vibes, bro. Like LLC and yo, hit me up. You know what I mean?
LLC and vibes, right? Better than Netflix and chill,
right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
So after those first 2 months, like it just got out of hand. Like people stopped me. I'm like, all right. I'm thinking that this is like just a side hustle where people could just like hit me up casual. And I'm like, yo, nah, it's getting out of hand. Like I need to have something automated, like official website. So when I'm home, that people could just go to the website. Or if I'm wherever, like in the world, people could just go to the website. Because when I didn't have no Instagram page and I didn't have a website, people were calling my phone. Like people were texting me like, yo, my man gave you my number. Bro, I'm in the club. Right. Like, you wildin'. I'm in indictment right now. You bugging.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
So that's how it all started.
So much to unpack there. There's so much to unpack there because the state of fear. Were you ever, all right, you didn't have much, right? So were you afraid of failure at any point to say, okay, I don't have these things. I have a free Zoom. And I'm only asking that question for the person who's listening, because you really started with a free Zoom, maxed out at 40 minutes. It times out on you. You then got to send an email, and out of 40 people, 3 sales.
Right.
Any fear of like failure? Any fear of?
No. You know what it was? Because it was like, yo, I fucked up and I made $1,500. I can't turn back. I don't even got a website. Like, I dropped the ball and I made $1,500 just off people believing me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take these 3 people. I'm going to show them the game. And as long as I can make them money, word's going to spread and I could get like some testimonials and go from there. But let me just focus on these 3 people. And I think that's another thing where people get caught up. Like they throw an idea out there and either maybe they're not ready to present it, which is fine. But like you run into hurdles and stuff happens, is like, nah, I got too overwhelmed or I got too crazy. And it's like, yo, that's a good problems to have. You know what I'm saying? Like businesses are begging for like views and customers, you know what I'm saying? So how could I like quit this because, you know, I got a week where people didn't hit me up or like, you know what I mean? I just had 3 people pay me $500 a piece and my call cut off. You know what I mean? People on some like, yo, like, I trust you gonna make me this money. As long as I can make people money, I know word gonna spread, I'm gonna get results, and then go from there. So a big, I think, key to my business is the success of my students. Like people don't mention me or I don't have no testimonials or video interviews if people are not making money. So once I was able to figure out how to make people money, I was like, I just gotta figure out the business side and how to handle my side of the equation. So I mean, I'll be honest, you have some days where it's like, damn, like, I ain't make a sale in like 3 days. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't make a sale in like a week, or like sometimes you make a sale in like 2 months, 3 months. There's always a drought. Right. You know what I mean? Sales go up and down. Like, after Christmas, ain't nobody thinking about no surveys. Like, yo, I just bought wifey a German Shepherd and a Louis. I need a survey. You know what I'm saying? There's times of the year where people not thinking of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of the month, I ain't making no sales. You know what I mean? Landlord's making the sales, not me. You know what I mean? So, I never got discouraged. Like, you have your time, but I'm like, yo, like, you value those moments when you just started and things started clicking. You know what I mean? Like, you probably remember your first episode, you know what I'm saying? And then you like, yo, people watching that shit. You was probably in your living room counting the views. Like, yeah, we up to 37, nigga. We about to be rich. You know what I'm saying? When you first started, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things keep you going because it's like, yo, like, I'm not viral, but people watching my shit. Sure. Like, yo, there's always somebody. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't get discouraged. I just try to find new ways. You know what I mean?
So, Seth, here's what I want to ask you here now. So, to get more detail, So these surveys we speak on, what kind of survey? So if I'm now listening, I feel like if y'all not enjoying yourself, y'all need to go to the doctor, right?
Right.
Fun here. But now I want to get into the nitty gritty of the process.
Okay.
When we say surveys, the survey plug, what kind of surveys are these? Online surveys? Are they in-person surveys?
Both. Okay. But I know people hear the word surveys, and let's talk about like what that is in the sense of if you don't know what a survey is. And I'm gonna make this simple. I'm gonna actually break this down in hood terms so we can understand this. All right, so check this out. Market research. All the companies we wear, support, purchase from, they all participate in market research. What is market research? Market research is when companies hire market research companies to do research on their products. So for example, let's say matter of fact, let's rewind. Let's say Nike wants to find out why people not wearing black Air Forces. Nike will hire, I don't know, let's just say ABC Research Company to go out there and find the consumers who are wearing Nike sneakers or who are wearing Nike black Air Forces and say, hey, find out why they not fucking with our shit. Find out what they like, what they don't like. It could be that, or they could be releasing something new and they're like, yo, maybe we want to give people a sneak of it. Whatever, it could be different circumstances. But the bottom line is surveys and market research is only companies hiring research companies to do research on their products and services to make them better. So it's like, yo, I want to find out why people in New York not wearing black forces. I want to do all that. Now, the good part that's the business side of it. How we fit into it is we're the people buying all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like all the designer brands, all the food, the cars, all that, we're buying all that. So we're the primary demographic that people are being studied in market research because we're the biggest consumers. Right or wrong?
I'm talking.
You're aware of the black dollar.
Right.
The black dollar is all spent by us. So we're the biggest consumers, so we're always the biggest research. Right? So what these companies want to do is find people like you and I and interview us and have us give them our opinion on the products and services to make it better. So it's like, yo, I want to know why you're not wearing black Air Forces. I want to interview you for an hour and I'm pay you $150 for that. So that's pretty much the business of paid surveys and market research. You're getting paid to give your opinion to a research company so that they can make a product or service better and they pay you for your opinion. And it's a win-win for both because you get paid to just give your opinion and talk about stuff and they get live opinions to make their products and services better. So yeah, they might pay you $200, but if I pay you $200 to make a product spin worldwide, you know what I mean?
Makes me $2 million.
Exactly. And they're doing this to thousands of people. So yeah, totally legal. You can Google it, but if you've never heard of paid surveys, it's an easy way to get paid for your opinion. Pretty much simple. But that's the business behind it.
Fire.
Right.
Okay. So do you remember your first survey that made you feel like, am I nervous? Was it ever overwhelming? Like, did you have to be somewhat intelligent behind the product?
Okay. So my very first survey was when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I actually learned paid surveys from my mom. I actually learned paid surveys from my mom. My very first survey was when I was a kid. Me and my mom participated in a paid survey where we watched a movie. I think we went to Midtown. We were together. It was like a mother-son survey. We watched a movie. I got paid like $50. I think she got paid like $150.
To watch a movie?
Yeah, to watch a movie. But I was like 17, 18, you know what I mean? $50. I'm like, watch a movie? Hell yeah. You got me doing that shit at the crib for free. And I got to clean the kitchen after. Let's go watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, we out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so I learned that from her and I participated in them. And then over time, I built my skills and my websites and everything I knew how to make money from surveys and just kept improving it. Kept improving it. You know what I mean? So that's how I really got into it. I was doing them in college, younger 20s, that's how I really got into it. And I was like, nah, as time progresses, I just kept learning new stuff, learning new websites, learning new tricks. So all my experience is personal experience. And I make sure I share that with people because it's like, sometimes people ask me if I still do surveys, and I'm like, yeah, of course I do surveys.
Right.
One, because the money is still there, so I want that.
Right.
And two, as it relates to my business, I always think that people should learn from someone in the current. Like, I don't know how I would teach people surveys if I ain't did a survey in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm teaching people stuff I'm doing in real time. You know what I mean? I'm teaching people stuff that I'm doing in real time and also learning from my other students in real time. So all this information is being updated like daily. You know what I mean? So that's how I really got into it.
So let's talk about those 3 clients that you said, because this was, all right, here's a huge message. Sometimes less is more. If I'm new in a space and things happen how they're supposed to, the call dropped on a certain time, you only get 3 people because you're supposed to work with these 3 people. I'm gonna get these 3 people paid. How fast or how hard was it to get these people results? How long did it take for them to get results?
I will say those first 3 people, each of them, it didn't take them long. Like, one of them, and I have the screenshot, he made $275 in a week.
Right away.
A week. And the other people, they probably made money in like a week or two, maybe 200 or 150, I don't really remember, but like, it was easy because I actually sat down with everyone one-on-one, and I'm like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. I'm going to teach you how to do this. You got to apply on these websites. You got to do this. I've really taught them everything. Also, I kind of feel like, and I could be wrong, this is my personal opinion, I kind of feel like when people spend a higher amount on things, they take it more serious. So when I, totally honest, and people gonna call it greedy, but whatever, when I started my business, I chose, people ask me like, why do you charge $500 when I started? And I was charging $500 without a website. I had fucking nerve and I ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, your man's made $800, whether website or not, you got to pay it. You know what I mean? Because you already know how much your people's paid, so you already know what time it is. But I felt like I wasn't trying to like chase a bag or like count money. I mean, it's business. When I thought of the $500 threshold, the $500 price tag came from the point I was like, yo, if people pay $500, they gonna take this serious. If I give you a $99 PDF, that shit gonna go right to your junk, and you're gonna be like, yo, Seth, you my man. You just keep the 100. You know what I mean?
I'm here to support you.
Yeah, I'm just here to support you. Like, but people were like, yo, $500? Like, nah, I gotta take this serious. You know what I mean? So that was really my goal. And because I do one-on-one coaching, anybody can send me $100 and then like they're not taking this serious. And I'm like, yo, people who pay $500, like, they gonna take this serious. And my goal was to get people to take it serious. Like, again, the money was cool, but I don't see, my business doesn't grow without the success of my people. So if I collect, let's say I collect $99 from 5 people. If I collect $99 from 5 people, that's $500. More than likely, 3 or 4 are not going to do it. They not, because it's like, yo, $99, I just get to it, whatever. Now I'm dealing with one student, and that's like one testimonial. You know what I mean? So it's like those 3 people, I got to like actually like focus, like, yo, this is what you got to do. This is how you got to be effective. And then as my business grew, I used like the hurdles and the errors of my current students to help my new students. Like, yo, I just spoke to a student last week. They said this. Make sure you do this. So now everybody's getting information in real time and getting the same information. And it's like people asking me like, oh, I live in Dallas. Can I do surveys? Yeah, I got 3 students out there. If you want to purchase my course, I can connect you with the students out there. So you'll have me and other referrals out there. New York, Chicago, Houston, Florida, California, like all over, Ohio, like I just kept doing it. And I was trying to explain to people that market research can be done anywhere, especially if you live in a big market. Because remember what I was saying, this is all based on people's shopping habits, people's purchasing habits. So if you live in a big city, surveys are crazy. So like the biggest paying surveys are in New York, Philadelphia, Dallas, LA, DC, all those big cities. Like I have students there and they just like run it up because all these companies are paying to like get the feedback on the products and services.
So this is a great question to have on that too. So what's the student or the highest paid survey you've taken? Like how much time did that take? Or like
I've taken personally.
yeah, or a student that I got started and it's like, yo, bro, they called me to do, and was it in person or online?
The highest paying survey I've ever done was an in-person study where I had to go to like a Midtown Manhattan and give my opinion on a bunch of different things. And I think they paid me $600. That was me. I'll be honest with you. My students are savages. They be running that shit up. I be in my group chat like, damn, like how you did that? Like, like damn. I'm like, I swear, I be in the group chat like, nah, I gotta charge y'all more because y'all wildin'. I gotta charge y'all more. Like, oh, monthly fee, gotcha. Not funny no more. Send that $20.
That's fine.
Yeah, save your survey money because I need that back next month. But yeah, nah, my students, like, especially like women. I mean, I don't mean to go there, but I'll tell you, like,
women get it done, bro.
Women
they
get
don't
it
play,
done.
dog.
Women get it done. Like,
they don't play.
Women get it done. Like I have dudes who purchase the course and be like, oh, yo, girls be like, yeah, I was on this site. I did this. Like, matter of fact, I got some testimonies right here. Stephanie, hey y'all, new to the group, just started on Tuesday. Got confirmed for a $60 dating app study, $150 tech study, $150 cosmetic study, and a $165 fast food study. Yeah, just started on Tuesday, so what's that? 300, 450, like over 500.
And started this Tuesday?
Yeah, look,
That's yesterday.
yeah, just got confirmed for a $325 study. No idea what it's on, but I will be there.
Fire.
This week, I confirmed 3 new studies for this week. A tech study for $225, eye care products for $150, luxury skincare products for $300. I already have 2 scheduled for next week prior to this week. So I'll be doing 5 studies next week for a total of $1,025. Just finished an hour call about phones with Verizon for $275.
Nah, this is fire.
Morning, haven't been active in the chat, but super excited. I just got approved for a curly hair study for $4,200 and doing a whiskey study for tomorrow for $250.
What?
Yeah, this is my chat all day.
Nah.
This is my chat all day.
Now we gonna take some surveys.
Yeah, this is my chat all day. All day.
Now we're about to get active.
Yeah.
So Seth, let me say this because I'm glad that we're having this conversation.
And I'll be honest, and I'm gonna let you go. I'll be honest. I'm not the first person to do a course on like paid surveys. You know what I mean? I'm not, and I know that because I did my research before that. Everybody does competitive research. You know what I mean? How I do my course and how I do my one-on-one coaching and my enrollment process and everything else. That's what's different about my course. So, but go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Expound on that.
Okay, so pretty much, I'll be honest, the hardest thing about paid surveys is that it's tedious as hell. Tedious and repetitive as hell. And you have to know where to go. So the tedious part is like, yo, think about when you're applying for a job, right? Or applying for jobs.
I visualize that.
You constantly repeating the same. How many times you type out your address when you apply for a job? You know what I'm saying? Like, you be like, damn, date of birth again? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I realized that was a problem. So I'm like, yo, to register on these paid survey websites, what I call like list of paid survey websites based on like my experience, my student experience, and like these are a list of websites that I know pay well and I know how to use the websites. I have a list of like 60 websites. Right. So I had a list of 60 websites, and I'm like, yo, in order to make money from these paid survey websites, you have to be registered on these websites. And you have to go sign up on the website, put your name, your email, your address, your phone number, But you got to do that on 60 websites so you can be registered on those websites so they could be emailing you. And I'm like, damn, no lie, I know people not going to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know people. Like, if I email you a list of 60 websites, I'm like, yo, you could get the bag. You just got to go through these 60 websites. You're going to be like, you might open up LinkedIn. You're going to be like, nah, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? 60 websites is tedious as hell. So what I did, I was like, all right, part of my program, I'm going to do it for you. Fill out this Google form. I'm going to put your information on these websites. I'm going to put this information on these websites, and I'm going to fill out the profiles for you, and I'm going to link it to your email. So all you got to do is fill out a Google form. I email you your registration document with all your usernames and passwords for 60 websites, and you just got to show up to the call. So people was like, yo, you're going to do everything for me. All I got to do is apply. I was like, yo, I'm not going to do everything. I'm going to set you up on everything. I'm going to teach you everything. I got a workbook. I got a group chat. I got weekly calls. I'm going to pretty much put the water in front of you. I'm going to put a straw in the water. I'm going to put the water in your hand, but you got to sip that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do all of that. You know what I mean? I'm going to do all that. So people were like, oh, all right. So as I'm registering people, my new students, people were like, yo, I'm getting emails. I'm like, yeah, because I'm putting your information on these. They're like, yo, I'm getting emails, $250 for luxury cars, $150 for snacks, like $300 on plants. Like, I'm like, yeah, fill them shits out. Fill them out. Fill those out, but we're going to talk and I'm going to teach you how to fill them out. So yeah, so I eliminated that problem because I knew I'm like, yo, people are not going to like do that, register on those sites. So that's the first part. The second part, what I research is, when I first started my business, I did one-on-one calls for everybody. Everybody who sent me money, I did one-on-one calls.
How long? How long was the call?
An hour call.
Oof.
Yo, remember I told, and this was no website.
Right.
Yo, I'm looking like the Popeyes lady, my nigga. I'm like this. Yo, I can't do this shit no more, yo. Yo, I love the money, but I'm about to give up, y'all. Y'all can keep this LLC. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. Yo, I'm fucking exhausted, right? But I wanted to separate myself.
Right.
But bro, people was paying. But like, yo, you gonna teach me one-on-one? Like, you gonna walk me through everything? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, nah, I can't do this anymore. Like, yo, every day I had like 3 calls. I'm like, yo, I gotta sit down with somebody. And then like the people like are like challenged. Like some people don't know Zoom, some people don't know calls. People emailing like, yo, can you email me the Zoom link? I'm like, bro, I just got off work. You knew about this call since yesterday? Like, I'm about to give you your money back. You can't be tight. You know what I mean? But to start my business, I had to do that because people saw that value. And I'm like, yo, I'm out here with no website and no page. I better sit the fuck down with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
When you knew you got to go that extra mile. Yo, I'm telling you right now, and this is applicable to any business, customer service trumps everything.
Talk about it.
Everything. I started my business off customer service, off an apology. My first bag was off an apology. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Every business flourishes on customer service. So when I started out, I'm like, yo, people gonna pay me $500 with no website and no page. Yo, you gotta sit down with people, bro. You sit down with people, they don't want to do it, they don't want to make their money after, that's them, but just sit down with people. But those first 2 months I sat down one-on-one in hour Zoom calls with 50 people. I was like, nah, I can't keep doing this. With no website too.
Right.
So now people emailing me about the Zoom calls and people emailing me about purchases. And I'm like, damn, I ain't got no assistant. I ain't asked for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't asked for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
So when did it switch? When did you automate that? When did the website come?
I started my business November. I didn't drop a website until the end of March. So I ain't dropped a website until 5 months after I started my business. And I started the business November, December. No, there was 2 months. I ain't had no website, just LLC vibes, Stripe link, right? And I was like, nah, I gotta calm this down. So those 3 months, January, February, March, I didn't even do nothing. People would contact me like, yo, what happened? Yo, my man made $300 on Thanksgiving. Now you not doing this shit no more? I'm like, yo, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. Yeah, people hit me like, yo, my man just made $400. You got people wait. Yo, whenever you start doing this shit, yo, don't quit. People in my DM like, yo, chase your dreams, my nigga. Yo, people like, yo, why you stop? People like, why you stop? But then it built up. I'm like, yo, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let it build. I'm gonna let it build. I'm gonna build a wait list. I'm gonna build an email. When I drop the website, I'm gonna email everybody. So I waited like 3 months. Again, I ain't gonna lie, I overthought the website. One thing with website, you could just change that shit every day. So like it was like 3 months. I was like, I don't look that.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I'm ready to drop. Damn, that font looks crazy. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you be overthinking everything. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, let me just get this shit functioning. So somebody could go to it, purchase, bang. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So I'm like, let me just get this shit functioning. Like, I dropped my website March 23rd, 2023, right? Dropped it. I remember the first month I had like 20 students. Like 20 students buy my course, right?
Boom.
Like 20 students. And now I got the website. So now I'm not getting the emails no more. I'm not...
The text messages.
Yeah. I'm like... Oh, like people fucking with this shit. Like I'm in the bed making bread. I'm like, yeah, I'm the new Steve Jobs. I'm a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? When I buy this bottle in the club, y'all better not even look at me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So then, like once I got that feeling of like, yo, like I could help people. I got a website. Like I just got to put these things in place. Like. That's when it like took off. I'm not gonna say took off, but like that's when it started like moving. I'm like, yo, like I could do this. So that was March 23rd, 2023, and now we're November 2024. I'm pulling up on like 300 students.
Fire, bro.
Not all at 500, because I know y'all doing the math. I know y'all math sneaky, because I know y'all been paying attention to these numbers. They like, yo, 500, 300 students? Where that studio at? We about to blow that living room up right now. I know y'all doing the math, so don't do that. I pay taxes, I got sales. Y'all see me copping the please? No, I don't got 300 people paying 500.
Crazy.
Because I know y'all doing the math.
Bro, nah, that's hilarious.
So nah. I had bills to pay and I wasn't working. I know y'all sitting there like, yo, the living room got people with cash or no? No, I don't.
Yo, bro, so this is so important about this because by the time this episode drops, right, there will be a community. So one thing that, look, and shout out to Narrative, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If there's one man behind the camera who gave me the landscape, you should do this, you should focus on this, you should do it. He's had the roadmap from the jump. Mm-hmm. It's all the other things that I'm doing. It's like, all right, when I do it, I just want to make sure I can be consistent. Mm-hmm. The fact that we drop twice a week, some people like, you should drop a podcast every week. Y'all helping us?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, fun fact, I had a podcast before.
Oh, okay.
I had a podcast before too. Yeah, I had a podcast before too. So and that shit is not easy. You drop one funny episode and he's like, yo, that episode for Valentine's Day, what happened? Yo, that shit was mad funny. You be at work like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you drop a podcast, be like, yo, when the next episode? Like, dog, like, I'm not doing this shit off my phone, you know what I mean?
For
like,
sure. You
got paid studio time, you got to buy equipment. Yeah, I definitely been through that.
It's not a game. So it's like, what was so valuable with what you said is, do it when you don't know all of it anyway, but have the intention to get it done once you start it, all right? It's, okay, I already started it. I'm not turning back. So I have to get better. Here's the rule of thumb for it. I hate lazy entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. I hate it when you get started and you're doing it because it was trendy and you didn't do it for the purpose of like, he did his first survey when he was a kid. A memory with a parent became an impact for the community in the future. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what happens when, in a time that you're in need, the creativity sparks is high.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, that car accident, I was home and I ain't have no money. I'm like, I need to do something else. And I was out of work those 6 months, and I'm like, yo, like, I gotta start something else. Like, I gotta like get other money from something else. It's like when I go back to my new job, like, what if it's no overtime, or what if they laying people off, or what if they be like, hey, we was waiting for you to come back from your leave so you can fucking leave. You know what I'm saying? You just never know with jobs. You know what I mean? They love you till they don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And again, this is not the 9 to 5 or bash thing, but yo, we go on the internet, people getting laid off. People getting laid up. Like, I'm a believer that everybody needs something else other than the 9 to 5 because they love you till you don't. You know what I mean? So like, when I have my businesses and I had my job, like for example, like my job wasn't giving out overtime. I'm like, yo, I can't make more money. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I gotta do something else. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta do something else. And then it got to a point where like, I don't need no job. I don't need no overtime on my job. Like, I'm charging people $500 to do survey. Like, I don't need y'all. Fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was kind of like, yeah.
And I love that. You know what I love about this episode is sometimes you got to be at your lowest so you can start paying attention to your intuition.
That's a fact.
Like,
that's a fact.
Everybody could, the election and what's gonna happen and the fear of what are you gonna do about you though? Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do for you?
That's a fact.
It could transcend to someone else.
Yo, that's a fact.
Like, because you're so concerned about the stuff that you haven't done.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have not done. So when you go, the fact that you went out your way, the message is you do more than what you're paid for, bro.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
To not work overtime at a job, but do 50 hours of one-on-one before a website, that is entrepreneurship. But you learn there, right?
Yep.
Like,
facts.
It shows that you cared about what you had. Just because you didn't have the things that everyone else has, you had carved out the time to make sure you was making sure that document was genius, bro. To shortcut that, that had to take time. How long did that take you? That idea, how fast did it make you go, okay, people are not gonna do this? Was it at the beginning stages of your
Yo, to be honest, and I'll be honest, this was my own selfishness, but was like a positive thing. I knew that I needed to make people money fast.
Facts.
So I was literally thinking of every possible thing to close the gap. Because I'm like, yo, my first 3 students, if they don't make money in a month, I don't know if I'm going to see another student for a month. The quicker these people make money is the quicker I can make more money. And I always knew that as long as I give people success and I make people money, I'm going to be good. You know what I mean? So that issue was more of like, yo, I need to make sure people come in and make money fast. You know what I mean? Like, I need to make sure people coming in and making money too. Like, I can't have nobody being like, oh, yo, I ain't making no money under the... People who haven't made money is because they haven't done... Like, nobody has come to me and not made money doing what I told them to do. And that's life, you know what I mean? People get busy, shit happens, you know what I mean? You probably went a month and then record, busy, whatever. That's life. But anybody who's like, come to me and listen and stayed on it, never had any issues.
Fire.
Never had any issues.
How does it feel today, bro? Entrepreneur now, going through the ups and downs of knowing that you have to learn the marketing, you had to learn this, you had to learn that. From a person that didn't have a background in this space, no leadership skills as well. How does Seth feel about Seth today?
Yo, honestly, bro, I don't know how the fuck I got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how I got here. Like, I had no intention of owning a business, running a business. Like, I started that cleaning business, but I knew the dude, and I seen him post it, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. But then, like, actual cleaning business, like hiring people, doing everything, I was like, I don't want to do this. But it was easier for me to start the survey business because I was already doing surveys. And that was like, sometimes if you jump into a space that you just doing it for money, which may have been my case, like I didn't have no interest in cleaning business. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll follow up on it down the line just like to fulfill that thing I started. But like, I don't have like a general like interest in cleaning business. It was just something like, yo, I need to start something else. But yo, he's my boy enough to tell me, like, I bought his course, I'm in his community. He was man enough to tell me, like, yo, start something else. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, start something else. He was like, yo, teach people how to do surveys. And I'm like, bro, I ain't even listen to my teachers. How am I going to teach somebody? You know what I'm saying? I ain't even listen to my teachers. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love this
So
story,
it was
bro.
kind of like, you know, I think it would allowed me to go forward because I already did surveys, and it was all I have to do is replicate my own skill set. That's easier to do when it's something that you're already doing or you have an interest in. Like, I tell people this all the time. I ask people, I'm like, has anybody started a business before? You ever started a business before? And I'm like, do people want to start a business? A lot of people will say they want to start a business. They be like, yeah, I was thinking of doing a laundromat. Yeah, I was thinking of
Barbershop.
right or wrong. Yeah, I was thinking to do this. Yeah, I wanted to sell candles. People always, and I'm like, yo, check this out. And this is how I got into it as well. Think of 3 things you can do in your sleep with your eyes closed. Any 3 things. It could be jump rope, whatever you want. Any 3 things that you could do in your eyes closed. Pick one and teach somebody. Pick one and teach somebody. Yo, I was talking to my boy the other day. I'm like, yo, you fire with photos. Tell people to meet you in Central Park and they could shadow you on photography. That's not hard. Build your community like that. People think starting is the hard part. Bro, you an entrepreneur, that shit is the easiest part. You know what I'm saying? People be like, damn, nah, I can't do that.
Right. Because
I'm 2 years in and I'll be like, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, starting is the hardest part. How many LLCs out there people done bought and then continue the business? I'm a product of it. I started with a cleaning and I was like, nah, obviously I pivoted to this because it was more alignment with who I am. But like, people think starting is the hardest part. That is the easiest part. You gonna continue? That's when we talking. You know what I mean? Are you gonna quit when you don't go a month of sales? Like, are you gonna quit when somebody disputed a charge? Somebody disputed a charge with me 2 weeks ago. That was my first disputed charge in 2 years of business. I was thankful for that. But at the same time, like, yo, it's always something. You know what I mean? Like,
so what?
Zoom just charged my annual fee, and now somebody disputing the charge. I'm like, God damn, you know what I mean?
But
check engine light blinking. He want his money back. Zoom just hit me with the annual fee. iCloud want they $2.99. I'm fighting for my life. Help! You know what I'm saying? So it be like that. But are you gonna continue? Like, for me, it's just like, yo, my dream is like, yo, I'm trying to retire my mom from the side hustle she gave me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to look my mom in the eyes and be like, yo, Mom, like, you taught me these surveys, you ain't never got to work again. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get on that level. Like, flip a side hustle. My mom taught me to make sure she's good for the rest of the time she's here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that keeps me motivated. And every time I can't get a bag at work, or like there's another hurdle about how I can't get money, I'm like, yo, I have my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to focus on that. You know what I mean? So I don't ever lose like motivation or like get deterred, because it's just like, you're a business owner and you're gonna resonate with this facts. Ain't nothing like having your own shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nobody could ever take that from you. It's problematic too, because it's like, damn, I gotta get up. It's only me. You know what I'm saying? It's only me. I don't post, I don't make money. I don't edit, I don't make money. Like, I don't send out emails, I don't make money. It's all me. You know what I mean? So like, and that shit comes with challenging too, because it's like, yo, I don't feel like doing this today. Yo, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing this. But at the same time, it's like, dog, this is my own thing. Like, I'm responsible for everything. This is my own thing. And there's no better feeling than making your own money.
Come on now.
It's no better feeling than making your own money.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, it's no better feeling than making your own
poison.
money.
You know, I think about you when you're speaking right now. I just think about the time I'm a huge Nipsey Hussle fan.
Okay.
Right? And it keeps playing in my mind whenever I feel. My biggest challenge today is mental fatigue.
Yeah.
Mental. It's like, yo, the thought of the things that I have to do can overwhelm me and exhaust me before I even move a muscle.
Oh, no, I've been through that. And then when you put together the to-do list, you be like, damn, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta buy this, I gotta call this person back, I gotta follow this shit, and I gotta do that. I'm about to lay down.
I want to go to sleep.
I'm laying down in bed, you know what I mean?
And I didn't even get good sleep.
Exactly.
And I got all this to do. And here's all I think about. When Nipsey says, whenever I feel exhausted and I'm tired and I don't feel like doing it and it feels overwhelming, this is what I signed up for. It's supposed to feel like this.
Nah, that's a fact.
The reward is in this process. It's because truly, that's the dream, is overcoming the own fight in your mind that you are subject to continue to lose.
Yep.
Because if it was for a job, hear me out. We're talking about fighting for a raise. But the job will have you do 6 more things that are not in your job description.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And you will do it and keep it at a wage that you're used to.
Yep.
But won't go do 3 things for yourself that can improve your whole way of living.
Yep.
Facts. We gotta hire ourselves as our own employee when you're an entrepreneur. Some of us are bad employees. So you might be a bad entrepreneur. Some people are bad employees and then great entrepreneurs because the pain of having to do it for somebody else. I say that to say hearing you gave me the community's been on my mind heavy.
Yep. Yeah, we talking about that. Yep.
Yo, create the community. Just create the community. Rob, when you gonna create? And it's over because I already have it in play. Listen, we're gonna have Seth in the community break down. If you're first, let me be a gentleman.
Oh, you got it. You already got it.
There it is. Like, we'll have Seth, and this is what I want to do. It's like, you know what? I'm not big on looking at the numbers. I care about the impact. But I've got some numbers. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, the love and support. And there's some people that listen to me consistently in China. I got 3 people that are in China that consistently listen. Turkey, this, and I'm going, I would love to meet you. So I want to put the face to me, genuinely is, I want to put the face to the supporters. Mm-hmm. And if I can introduce you to a Seth, to a TJ, to a Taylor that can help you create a new skill, create an income, I'm doing my part. It's bigger than the living room. Right. When that house party, it's my 3rd year of podcasting, and you get all the people that you've seen, I need to create that already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all, and I'm glad you brought that up, because another point I want to mention is, well, I know we had a lot of conversation about just starting. I think people always assume you got to build or create something to start a business. And that's not true.
It could be something that already exists.
It could be something that already exists, 1 or 2. You could just get paid to connect people to the right people. I'll use myself for an example. I don't work for a research company. I don't work for any market research company or any of these people that recruit. I don't even know who owns them. I know how to use them. I know how to use the sites. I know where to go. I know how to get people picked. I know how to make money for them. I don't work for any of them, though. You know what I mean? I'm literally just a middleman. I'm like, yo, I don't own nothing. I'm going to just direct you here, show you how to do it. If you need help, hit me. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, people assume, like, damn, like, I got to build this or I got to do that.
Gotta be gigantic.
And I mean, obviously, new entrepreneurs, most don't have money. But one thing I'll tell you, yo, they got somebody for everything. There's no reason to not have a website. You go on Fever, your website be done in 3 days. Low key, you could do a website yourself if you want to do that. You know what I mean? But like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, you can outsource anything.
Sure.
You can literally outsource anything. Like, you go on Fever, you get a logo made. You can go on Fever, do a website. I have people made a moving logo for me. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally, and ChatGPT will tell you everything. ChatGPT, tell me 5 pages I could go get a website made. Bang, 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 bang. Done. Tell ChatGPT, tell me the best 3 places that I could find the best 3 cameras. Bang, 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 bang. Are people going to do that, though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The people going to do that. Mm-hmm. Most won't. But the entrepreneur game is not built for most. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people quit. What's the stat? Like, most people quit their first business after like a year or 2.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So it was like, starting is the easy part, but people don't think that's the easy part. Like, you got to keep going and you got to constantly figure stuff out. And another thing, businesses changes too. So you got to keep up. You got to keep up. Like, for example, like, you can have other people with better mics than you. Like, they drop a new mic, you gotta have a new one. You know what I'm saying? You can't have Eric Adams with no bum ass mic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay up. You gotta stay up. You know what I mean? Like, somebody, master investor come through, your joint gotta be popping. You like, oh yeah, now I'm getting more clients. I need better chairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need better joint. You know what I mean? Because we not on Zoom no more. You know what I mean? So you gotta keep evolving. You gotta keep evolving, and you gotta keep going. But to me, it's like, you know, and you have a podcast, but I think you could attest to the point that same business, but days don't be the same.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And I think that's good. You know what I mean? Like, if you like do some simple like 9-to-5 job, you're going to work doing the same shit every day, talking to the same people. Like, for you, it's like you talking to me from Harlem, but you got 3 listeners in China. You know what I mean? You got to figure out how to tap in with them. You got to figure out. So it's like a new task every day, and it's like the saying brick by brick is literally that. But in entrepreneurship, each brick is like some different shit. Like, yo, you gotta learn Stripe, you gotta learn marketing email, you gotta learn algorithm. I'm sure you had to learn YouTube.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? You still learning YouTube,
Still
right?
learning YouTube.
Right?
Like,
and then you meeting people who else is on YouTube, and that's the other thing too. Like, you meet other people, and I could kind of relate to this how I got into my current course. My business coach runs a cleaning business. He don't know nothing about surveys. And he helped me get this off the ground. You know what I mean? Like, when you in the entrepreneurship and you on that journey, you learn different things from everybody. Like, you bump into somebody who nice with content. You like, oh yeah, I need content. You know what I mean? Or you bump into somebody who's nice with websites. You're like, oh, I need websites. You know what I mean? So I think you constantly like learning different things and meeting different people for different things in different spaces. Like, we was talking earlier. We walked to the store. The store is 3 minutes away. We spoke about 8 mutual people that we knew that we never spoke about before. Like, oh, you watch this person, you watch Sanchez, you watch Donnie Wiggins, Massive Investor. We talking about like all these people. So it's like, oh yeah, he's good with this, he's good with that. Like, and the people we all spoke to was in all different spaces.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, we spoke about somebody who do stocks. We spoke about somebody who do podcasts. But it's all the same like game, generally speaking. People just selling like different products.
For sure.
And I had people who hit me up today and be like, yo, like, I seen another course that teaches people how to make surveys. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, how many different brands of bottles of water you see in the store? Maybe you want Dasani. Maybe you want Poland Spring. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it is what it is.
People are being original nowadays. It's like, it's very few. You know what I mean? But how you do your stuff, who you are, like, all of that plays a factor. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got a podcast, but nobody's gonna be you. You know what I mean? Like, people got surveyed, nobody's gonna be you. People can record, nobody's gonna be you. Like, what makes you you is like sometimes gets you over the hump in your product. You know what I mean? No matter what you're selling or you're producing a service, whatever it may be. It's like, yo, who's you? Who's the personality dude? Like, my business coach always gets on me about that. He's like, yo, you mad funny, but your business mad boring. And he's like, you mad? He's like, yo, post jokes with testimonies. I'm like, oh damn, that's smart. That's smart. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what? And I was like, yeah, I love basketball. I'm always posting basketball shit. So he was like, yo, one thing about business, you can do shit how you want to do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna mix my content with my personality with stuff I like. And it's no rules because it's mine. As long as the message gets out, and as long as the product gets out, it's good. So one of my first videos, you know what I did? I took a video of Steph Curry, like his highlights, when he be from half court shooting those half court shots and the ball be going in. I did that and I had my editor tag testimonies to the ball, right? So every time Steph Curry shoot a ball, it's a testimony. Bing, bing, bing. And people were like, yo, that's mad funny. You know what I mean? So like little stuff like that. Like, and that's the fun part in it. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna post something dumb. Like, and then I post like a meme like with like a guy and a girl talking. And she was like, where you at? And he was like, I'm home. And she was like, I want a dinner. And I put in the meme like, oh, you need some surveys. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. And people found it funny because it's like, you know, the whole dating argument, all that. Like, you know what I mean? So like little stuff like that like also helps too. Cause it's like, yo, like, I could make this how I want to make it. Like I could say what I want to say in an email. Like I don't code switch. So I email my students and be like, I don't give a fuck you 57 or 29. Like we talking about surveys, you know what I mean? Like, and I've had a couple students like who were like different, like respond back to me and was like, my name is Gloria. Address me as Mrs. Gloria. We not cool like that. I'll send you your money back. Don't play with me. You know what I mean? Nah, I ain't do that. But yeah, like some people, it's different. But me, I don't code switch. But my point was like, you can make things how you want to make them in entrepreneurship. And that helps too. You know what I mean? Sure. Like it ain't you can say what you want to say on your podcast. You could edit what you want to edit. Right. So that makes it fun too.
Nah, this was such a great conversation. Funny, very insightful, and the message and the laughter. So much gems on here. Look forward to us doing that Zoom call. It's gonna be the page for doing it. So
yeah, it's gonna pay. You gonna have to pay. You know what I mean? But if you do surveys, you got the money. I mean, I'm not just tell you nothing. But go ahead.
What I'm saying is, it's gonna be the paid Zoom, so we ain't gonna be there for 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true.
If we're gonna rock out. But honestly, genuinely, bro, it was a great conversation. We learned so much from your process, bro. Even in making your boring business funny, that was a gem. You know what I'm saying? Like really making it you. Is there anything else you want to leave us with before we go? Something that's on your mind or your heart?
I was gonna avoid this topic, but you slightly touched on it, so I'm gonna bring it up. This episode drops right after the election.
Right.
I'm bringing that up to say, like, no matter who you voted for or didn't vote for, the world about to get real. You know what I mean? Like, and I want to say Rashad from Earn Your Leisure said this, and I'm going to repeat it. It's about to get worse for the have-nots. Meaning you don't have your own shit, you don't have your own business, you don't have money saved, you don't have your own property, you don't have stock, you don't own whatever. It's about to get worse for the have-nots. So I say that to say a lot of this conversation was based around starting. You know, that idea you've been sitting on for 2 years. Instead of crying to your boss about that fucking raise, sell them candles, all right? You know what I'm saying? Like, but on a serious note, like, whatever idea you've been thinking of or, like, whatever concept you want to get into or even, like you want to work with somebody, like, just start. Just start. Like, because you honestly don't even know the problems that you have until you start. A lot of them are self-inflicted and people think like, oh, I don't got funding. Oh, I don't got this. I don't got that. And it's like, you start a business and you like, oh, I qualify for this. Oh, I could do that. Oh, I didn't got to pay for this? Because you met somebody else who was like, yo, bro, like, you don't got to pay for this, do that. Or like, here's a better product, do this. Or like, I got somebody, like, I got my virtual assistant from my cleaning business. I was like, yo, from my cleaning business course, I'm like, yo, you got an assistant? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna send you my assistant. That's how I got mine. He's like, she's good, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like ways around. Think of it like college. Books was $200. You found a way to find you share a book. You was on the copy machine like with 18 different pages, like and highlighting. You know what I mean? You feel it. You figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like you figure it out. So like a lot of hurdles and issues are self-inflicted, and I think people just need to get over that shit and just start. Like, especially if you're fed up with like a job or like you feel like you're not doing enough or even fulfillment, you know what I'm saying? Like it may not be, you know, the billionaire business. It might be something that you just want to do to fulfill yourself. Like, this is my joy, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to keep the lights on, but it's going to keep dollars in my pocket. But I say all that to say, yo, just start. Just start. Love because, again, it's going to get worse for the have-nots, and you definitely need, like, additional income. You definitely need to own things because world is getting shaken up right now. You know what I mean? Like, and things are going to change, and you don't want to be in a position to be controlled or have your options limited by your environments because you don't got your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter who you voted for, episode is not about politics. You got to go to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what I'm trying to get at is you got to have your shit together. It is not about like the government, the president, or like you got to have like your idea, your vision, and your life together if you want to like succeed. It's never like Like, you ain't gonna be like, damn. No, whoever said, damn, George Bush had me laid off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you always gotta have your own thing. So definitely just start. I would say that. Just start. And attest to my students. Like, a lot of them just started. You know what I mean? Like, and I have one student over $20,000. Yeah, yeah. I got one student over $20,000, and she started in January 23.
Yo, it's a $20,000. That's a $10,000 raise.
Yeah,
per year.
Exactly, and most of it is not taxed. Let me explain why. You are entitled to receive a 1099 form if you make over $600 with one research company. One research company.
So if I rack up 20,000 in different companies, so it was 500 here, 500 here, 500 here.
So technically, if you stay under $600 with 60 companies, let's say you make 500 times, I don't know, 10 companies. That's 10,000 taxed free, just from giving your opinion on products and services.
That's game right there.
Yo, leave that FanDuel alone, man.
Leave
Yo, leave that FanDuel alone, man. Yo, leave that FanDuel. Joel Embiid ain't playing. It's over, bro. Leave that FanDuel alone, man. I see my boys stressed out over that FanDuel. I be talking about apples on Zoom for $200. I'm like, you hopeful over Embiid, bro? The shit too stressful, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hitting the parlay, you know, and honestly, like,
surveys over parlays is my thing.
Surveys over parlays. Seth, you said a lot. You know, I genuinely, sincerely enjoyed this conversation.
Yo, thank you. Appreciate that.
You know, a lot of messages in here, man. Like, for real, some of us need to know this, and I hope it's at home for somebody. Someone's waiting for you to start. Someone's situation is going to change when you start, right? Like, some of us are being greedy in our fear and is avoiding the abundance in someone else's joy because you haven't started. And it can change everything. If those who've been following me, the journey, even meeting Seth, you just don't know.
You just never know.
You just never know.
You never know who's watching. You was talking about that earlier, too.
You never know who's watching.
Because you said, like, somebody was just watching your page and hit you up. Yep.
Hit me up, and how you got this person. Like, yo, it was a person that did this. And that just can't be, you can hear it, but we want you to feel that. Like, you can hear us say that, but when you experience that, life is about the experiences, right? And I think the dream is the journey. It's looking yourself in the mirror, being like, yo, I really did that. When Seth said, I don't know how I got here, that is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how I got here.
It's amazing. That I want that for you. Honestly, I'm fired up. I'm about to break this conversation. You did so much of me in ways you don't know. Thank you for real, bro.
No, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope I had a clear message, and, you know, definitely, if you want to do paid surveys as a side hustle where you can make like $500 to $1,000 a month, visit the SurveyPlug.com. Enter the living room at checkout for 50% off. 50% off. And I charge $600, so that's 50% off. 50% off. I'm doing that for the first 20 people. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. It also comes with a free survey in New York City. So paying $150. So if you're interested in that, that's cool too. But yeah, definitely just start. Shout out to all the other entrepreneurs out there. Keep going. Shit is not easy. Yeah, and you know, I've brought $400,000 to the hood from paid surveys.
Come on.
My students making all this money. So definitely a lucrative side hustle where you need zero experience. You just need a phone and a computer. So if you want to do paid surveys, you need a phone and a computer. Visit the SurveyPlug on Instagram, thesurveyplug.com. Online, and you know, check out my videos. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email or shoot me a DM, whatever you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, another incredible, hilarious, informative edition in the Living Room Podcast where we learn, laugh, and heal. Seth, you bodied that.
Your word?
Yo, now I gotta get up and give you some back, bro. That was fire.